CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop. CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN.
Guys, it's Chickens here, bringing you another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we got the two juggernauts on with us, Mr. OP Destroy, Mr. Shishka Bobber, and we're going to be breaking down everything that you need to know. Kind of around, like 6 engines, heavy choppers, bombers, seekers, what's the best, what's the worst, what we're kind of planning towards. Obviously, you can see right here, I've got 134 keys, so my plan right now is to save up for the 7th engine. But Shish, what do you think about that? Is it worth? Here's the first question. I'll throw it to both of you guys. Is it worth putting all your keys into saving up for the 7th engine, or should we be going back and making kind of the dirty 6 base with, you know, like Kavan, rocket launchers, things like that?
No. Well, first of all, I don't think Kavan is that effective right now, just because we have the heavy choppers. So what are you really gonna like second win? More heavies?
Right. Like
You know what I
bombers,
mean?
like your bombers
Yeah.
shouldn't really be dying when you're using heavy choppers. So Kavan isn't really that effective.
He's not gonna really help you get better. Like if you just are having a hard time and you're losing a lot of bombardiers, yeah, maybe. But I'm sure there's other things you can do to prevent that. You know. So, and then what else do you have back there? Rocket launchers? Pretty ineffective again because of heavy choppers and seekers and whatever else, right?
Man, I've gone up against more than a few like maxed out rocket launcher bases, and I was kind of thinking like, okay, there's got to be something to this. A lot of people are doing this. It's good until you get to 6 ERs and you get the heavy choppers. Like they're only good until you get the heavy choppers, which, you know, if you're regularly pushing, like you're getting your chest somewhat consistently, that's only like a 2 or 3 day period where people are stuck in that kind of phase. And I mean, you know, if that's the best you're doing, you're probably gonna have a harder time ranking up once you get the heavy choppers, because you had to invest so much into the rocket launchers. And you have rocket launchers and Gavon, like sure, you're probably gonna be killing it at you know, rank 21, 22 early on, but then, you know, it's gonna be kind of stagnant. Like you're gonna have that wall again, right, where you don't really have the most like effective tech, as we like to say, Shishk, and it's gonna get a little bit tricky. So yeah, OP, what do you think, man?
Well, you were a fan of the Dirty 5 or what, Dirty 6 a few seasons ago.
Yep.
If you're like a strider, if you're, you know, you're just riding on wave, I guess. If you're in to be in right now, well, depending on where you started in Diamond, but you could fill it up. I mean, I kind of pretty much did that, and I'm ready now to make my push over to 7. So I would say, you know, obviously with only 50% DBD, the more defenses, I guess, the merrier, right? So maybe
True,
you do kind of twinkle back, because the DBD is weak sauce, man, this season.
Yeah, even some of those rocket launchers bases that I was going against, it's like, you know, they weren't even like a huge priority to take down right away. It's like, yeah, you don't want them launching into your bombers, but if they get a couple like few shots off in a row, it's not even a big deal, even without medkits. Like it's not like they're melting them instantly. So I don't think that's the key. I think the key is to get to 7, because we got a lot of really good stuff back here, guys. Like so I guess the first thing we kind of talked about this is troop damage versus troop health after you get the 7th ER. I think we're kind of all on board. The troop damage is going to be the way to go. Like the heavy choppers, you know, they got a ton of health to begin with, but the troop damage, the bombers, time, it's always a base race, right? That's kind of the idea.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the only reason you'd want troop health is because it gets you on the path of 7 ER a little bit faster, because troop damage is dead end. But you know, I still think the damage is going to be worth it. It's only 38 keys.
Yeah, and I mean, like these prototypes, the mines and stuff, they're going to be good, but I feel like troop damage is going to be like, honestly, I think it's going to be the best thing that we got here. Maybe
the best thing in there. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, it probably is the best node in the 7 ER.
Like lasers might be cool if they, like, you know, they clip some bombers, people get nervous, they start like spending GB where they shouldn't. But anything else, like the mines are great. It's all good stuff. We should all get it. But I think in terms of priority, it's troop damage is probably number 1, which is going to be the first thing that we get coming out of 7. So that's kind of the idea for that. So yeah, in terms of tech tree, I think we got you guys covered there. But yeah, so today, guys, we were able to go on a pretty solid win streak, and that was basically the biggest thing that I did was just changing up the base. So let's talk about this for a sec, guys. OP, what You guys are both at 6 engines, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how has the 6 engine kind of layout evolved versus like when you first get it to where you are now?
You know what, man? Ever since I changed a base kind of like this, it has pushed me as well. It just kind of seems to be the clustered meta right now in
Yep.
6ER.
Yep.
And I mean, I'm doing good trying to seeker these things with heavy choppers, and I'm like I win 70% of the battles, lose 30% of the battles, so I'm doing pretty okay. But it's still kind of tricky if you don't know what you're doing. So, but this seems to be the defensive meta kind of right now. I've seen other 6CRs, but nothing like these ones they're more out there on the archipelago right now.
Right. Right.
Yeah, the idea here is with this, all the ERs getting kind of compacted more towards the top, it forces all these bombardier hits to basically kill all of your defenses, and it makes them run all the way across your deck. So
Yes.
that's why you see these things. But again, if you can crack it with the Seekers and Heavy Choppers, then it actually makes it easier because all the ERs are closer.
So
But-
yeah, like like what both of you guys said there, like it kind of depends. Like if you're getting smoked with Seekers, maybe change it up a bit so it's not so clustered. But if you're facing nothing but bombers, like kind of where I'm at, I'm getting faced with nothing but bombers. There might be the odd like Chinese Seeker player that sneaks in and like wipes me out and with like a 3-minute time, but that's pretty rare. So basically, my base is built around heavy bomber, heavy chopper bomber. Just trying to slow that up a bit. Initially, I went with like an anti-seeker base just because I thought that's what I was going to be hit with a lot, and yeah, it was just kind of open up to bomber hits. So it's kind of one of those two things. I mean, watch your replays and see what you're getting hit with, but basically, you want to be built against one versus the other. I think like. Would you guys say the higher up you are, like 23 plus, that's probably when you want to start to be going like more anti-seeker versus bomber, or does it really just depend?
You know what?
It just depends.
Yeah, it just depends. But I'll be honest with you, Chicken. I've been hit with more heavy chopper, bombardier, a bullet, or Kavan. Pick your poison there. Seekers. It's far and few between where I get seeker players to come ransack my base. So
Yeah, I don't know, man. I see them randomly, but it's like, oh, we got a 70 here, nice. I see them randomly, but when I do, it's like they usually do pretty good. So we'll try to do a battle here and see how it goes. But basically, I mean, you guys throw your thoughts out on this as we go. This is kind of how I've been doing it. Is you know, just try to spread out the heavy choppers, so like one's going from one side, one's going from the other. The more bombers you can get away with using, the better. The less heavy choppers, you know, obviously you need them for coverage, but the less heavy choppers you can use, you're probably going to be better off.
see, like real quick, sorry to cut you off, Chicken. On
Nope.
these bases here, it's, what I would have probably done was deploy on the far left and flare up near that mortar up top there, and have them spread out there because they're a lot closer to the ERs right off the get-go.
Right,
As opposed
yeah.
to like
Get that
battling
floor
through
and
all
then
these
kinda-
defenses, because it's going to take you a long time to get to that last ER unless you gung ho.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
'cause
I'm
we-
not
you
too
know, we-
familiar with 70R bases. The only one that I faced today, like, was a super rush 70R, and he like didn't. He missed out on something. Like he didn't have a sky shield or shock launcher or something weird like that. So, yeah, it definitely depends. But we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, man, you got this.
Get
And
in
since
there.
he had no sky shield here, what I also probably
He bartered it out.
Oh, you bartered the sky shield out. My bad.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
gotcha.
usually basically how I do all these attacks: is take out the sky shield, free clear, and then flare at the end when it's safe to do that. Like that's basically you know, all that goes into it. And it's just about flaring at the right time without getting your bombers messed up. Like right now, I'm gonna start flaring. We just got to have a good shock knuckles there.
Yeah, it was good timing on the shock knuckle and the flare.
Yeah, that's really lucky. I mean, total skill.
Oh yeah, well, it looked very skillful.
So then we'll go all the artillery in the world plus the critters, and boom, 2 minutes 4 seconds. So I don't know. We have one more engine
I'm
to
not
go,
happy.
so we're kind of at a
I'm
disadvantage
not happy
there.
about
but
that time. Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, that's.
That's gonna be close. Ah, 4 seconds.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Husif. It happens though, man. It happens. I mean,
yeah. So right there was a 22 right there with a 70R. So they're becoming more, out there now. The 70R.
Yeah,
is becoming
exactly.
More obvious. So I mean, tonight I will be going 7-yard with Sunboom with the troop damage and try to push myself or do something with it.
Yeah, if I can get to 23, then I'll also go 7 tonight. But if not, it'll be early tomorrow. So not too concerned either way. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough. You know, he also didn't take out the Sky Shield because I have them all available to flare, which we learned on that defense. We should probably change that up. But that's okay. That's okay, guys. So I hope that helps you out. Any more last tips and tricks, guys, for going to 7 or you know?
Yeah, max bullet.
Max bullet.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
I think he wasn't maxed when you were flipping by.
that is true, and we have all the upgrades in the world, so might as well throw that one.
There
in.
you go. It's
I
good.
also don't have mortars, but I think I'm just gonna skip them for this season.
Yeah, I
But,
went back for mortars. I did
Well,
go back for
especially because
mortars.
like with bullet, we're typically using shock knuckles a lot more, right? So having them a little bit healthier kind of helps with that.
Sure.
And he does do some damage, so more than
True.
Yeah.
True. Are you guys using shock knuckles or energy drink or taunt or
Knuckles
No-
with that style. of hit.
knuckles? Yeah.
Yeah.
Knuckles
And
the way to
taunt
go.
with the secret heavy chopper.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming on. I hope that helped you guys out. We were able to rank up a little bit today, you know, back to the grind mode, but, you know, we'll see what we can do. And, yeah, let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Guys, as always, make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. And we'll see you next one, guys. Checking out. Back.
Excuse me.